This is a really cool melee build for hunters that allows you to have unlimited health as long as you can get melee kills and dodge near enemies. The setup cost can be as cheap as you want it. Luckily in the game right now there are many ways to use mods that benefit this particular build. Top Tree Arc Staff is what I use for how the abilities feed off one another. Here are the mods I use. Melee Well Maker. Powered melee kills spawn an elemental well matching your subclass, in this case it's Arc. Well of Ions. Picking up an Arc Elemental Well increases your next melee damage. It's a weaker version of Cross Counter, and we'll get to that in a second. Elemental Charge. Picking up an Arc Elemental Well will give you charged with light, and because it matches your subclass it's ×2. Supercharged. Your charge with light maximum capacity is +2 for a total of 4. Striking Light. While charged with light, getting melee kills or sword kills spawns an overpower for you and your team. The exotic I am using is Liar's Handshake, which has the perk Cross Counter. Cross Counter also helps with more tanky enemies by making every second melee do extra amounts of damage. And finally, this is optional, but a shotgun with 1-2 punch which increases melee damage if all shots in the pellet hit. Your main goal in this build is to get melee kills and dodge. It's a very renewable build with melee kills giving you your dodge back with combat flow, which is in the Top Tree Arc Staff, as well as dodging near enemies to get your melees back. Let's just say you use your dodge and you're not near any enemies. When you come across some, you can just melee them to get your dodge back. Best part is your melee can be the basic unpowered melee. The type of player who would enjoy this build are players who like ability play or Titan mains, as there is an emphasis on ability flow and meleeing a lot, and I mean a lot. Best part about this build is that it's not hard to perform, as well as low cost in the way that you don't really need the mods at all. You just need the exotic gauntlets, Liar's Handshake. Mods just bolster the ability flow. Do not use this in high level endgame content like Master Raids or Grandmaster Nightfalls. The idea of this build is to be in the enemy's face. If you try this in Grandmasters or Master Raids, you'll get your face blown off. It is more meant to be an ad clearer / orb of power maker. Oh, and did I mention you can grant more orbs of power with this build because the super arc staff counts as a melee? All in all, this build is very fun at the least, very easy to get into the combat flow, as well as very customizable and versatile with the different mod combinations. I personally really enjoy flying towards enemy at breakneck speeds and powering up all my abilities. I will jump into a strike or two with this build on. The one downside is that it's not very well suited for endgame content, but that's the game's fault for how ridiculous enemy level is in that type of content. If you made it to the end of the video, comment build because God knows I've said it a lot in this video. Next video in the works is getting into Deepstone Crypt in Patrol, should be a good one. Anyway, thanks for watching once again and I'll see you in the next one.